Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back out here to Dartmoor. And for today's photography adventure, we're here at the Tavy Cleave, where hopefully you would have seen already there's been some low cloud. I was walking through, it's my first time here, I will mention. I was walking through on the path heading towards the Tavy Cleave itself. The low cloud was lifting. It was absolutely wicked, I have to admit. Really, really cool. And actually that low cloud has now somewhat lifted above the Cleave here, and the sun is just starting to peek through. So I'm eager to make my way towards the Tavy Cleave tours. Here I believe I've got Hare Tor, and actually just behind me, if I move out of frame, down here, you actually see that really nice patch of sunlight. That's where one of the leaks, I believe it's Wheel Betsy leak, possibly, I think so. I've done a brief bit of researching last night. But yeah, it's going to be a cracking video. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to get some really nice photos. Got some already, so I'll show you them in a second. But for now, let's get started. My first image here was taken as you look towards the start of the Tavy Cleave, and you'll be able to see Hare Tor sticking out prominently in the left of the frame as the low cloud began to lift. In the foreground we have the Wheel Friendship leap, and I positioned the footpath centrally to help guide you into the scene. What I like most about this photo is how the left of the frame slopes down into the valley as the scene from left to right transitions from bright to dark as a low cloud began to lift. My next image is of a small waterfall where the River Tavy gets split in half so the leak can be formed. I used a slow shutter speed to capture the movement of the water, as it helps create the feeling of bad weather in the scene, especially with a grey gloomy looking sky above. With the slow shutter speed producing movement in the water, it creates a feeling that there has been heavy rain, and therefore adding more power and movement to the river. Well, I hope you like those photos. I think I got some very nice ones, especially as I was walking in of the low cloud, but also of the river itself. You'll see now that I've made my way upwards instead of walking along the Tavy Cleave, and that's because I think there's a very, very nice photo straight ahead of me. And you know what, let me just turn you around so you're seeing this for the first time. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And you're just getting the sunlight as well, so I'll best be quick. Oh, look at this. This is absolutely incredible. What a view, looking down into the Tavy Cleave. You know, got the Tavy Cleave tours on the left. Blue sky, dark clouds. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to get set up and we're going to get our first photo here today. What a view, you know. I've been taking it all in on the way up. Really, really cool, you know. I'll just give you another one. Yeah, time to get set up and get our first photo. It's time for me now to talk you through my first main image for today's video. My tripod is all set up, and I've also made sure it's nice and level, and that's because I'm going to be taking a really, really nice panorama sweeping across the Tavy Cleave here. I've taken a few ones just to get the feel for the scene, and it's looking really, really good. I'll just put it up on the screen for you to see over here, and I'll sweep across. You know, it looks really, really good. Not only is it a good view from up here, it's a great vantage point to get some really nice photos. And I'm not just going to be taking the panorama up here. I can see scenes and compositions throughout the valley. So for the moment, I'm going to be taking this panorama. And the best thing about today's weather is the difference in contrast between the sunlight here, and then if we look somewhere down the valley, there'd be some shadows. And it just adds that really nice bit of different variety of colours and interest to the scene throughout it as a whole. And yeah, so back to the panorama that I'm taking. I'm just sweeping across, and I've got the main tours of the Tavy Cleave up in the left, and then I'll have the Tavy Cleave down to my right hand side. A really nice composition as a whole. I'm shooting at f11 at 250th is my shutter speed, ISO 200. I hope it's turned out nicely, and I'm going to show you a few variations that I've got as the light has been changing on the landscape as it is, as you'll be able to see now. What I'm really hoping to get is where we have the darker clouds, if I can get the darker clouds up above the Tavy Cleave and the sunlight in the foreground. That's where I think my best image will come from up here today. Yeah, but for now, I hope you like these images. With my panorama photos all taken, it's now time to put on the zoom lens to see what other photos I can get down in the valley. However, from where I was taking the panoramas, I don't think I was best placed. And so, with a short walk, you now join me here with another fantastic view of the Tavy Cleave. I've even put the 12 to 40 back on just to get a few more nice wide angle images. Cracking view. And actually with those panorama images, I was predominantly focusing in on getting the Tavy Cleave tours there nice and close to give a really good sense of scale from the tours itself and the whole valley, and of course the River Tavy. Hopefully they turned out well, and I hope you like them. So yeah, I think my next image I'm going to be taking is of, you should hopefully be able to see, a small S-curve in the River Tavy itself, and of course you have the valley sinking into it. And so I'm now going to put back on the 40 to 150mm lens. I'm also going to pair it with a square natural density filter so I can get a nice slow shutter speed in the water. Right then, all ready to go. Cameras in portrait orientation. I'll put it up there for you to see the composition I'm taking. So I think the frame in 4/3 is going from about there to just there. And you'll see that I've got the River Tavy with the really cool S-curve. We've got the hills of the valley, and you'll just actually notice that I've got some shadows there, and I've got the sunlight there, and I'm just having a bit of fun, having the freedom as well, just to get some nice variations of the photos with maybe some, I'll have shadows in the foreground here, maybe some sun out the back, or even in the middle and the shadows out the back. Just getting some nice variations, really fun. And I'm also making sure to get, if I just quickly adjust, because we have some big large rocks in the foreground here, what the problem I was having was I was getting the rocks in the foreground there, not a problem, but what the problem was I was getting also these in as well. So of course, zooming in to about there, and what I've been making sure to do is where we have that small waterfall down in the corner there, I was making sure that right in the corner of the frame, that's where it was ending up. Yeah, you know, I believe I'm shooting at 1 second exposure, f13, good depth of field, a nice shutter speed as well. ISO 200, there we go. Yeah, another nice photo. You know, I'm gonna get some nice ones here, sit down, have some lunch, decide what I'm gonna do next. You know, I've got a nice few options. Yeah, good time so far, really enjoying it. Hope you are too, and I hope you like these photos. lunch has been devoured, and you now join me at the very pinnacle, let's say, of today's adventure. Some view as well. I'm currently at the top of the most prominent bit of rock of the Tavy Cleave I was photographing, and if I just get to the summit, there's some view. I just place that down there. You ready for this? This is great. Here we go. Look at that for a view. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's go the whole way. So that's where we started. Somewhere, walked round that way, curved up. I followed a rain wash up, and then I've just been photographing down there. And so, now you've seen that great view, I think, my hair's been a mess, definitely need a haircut. I think the plan for the rest of the video is I think I might visit that tor just behind me. I think it might be Nat Tor, not too confident on the tours around this area, but it might be. And then I head over to Hare Tor, again, I think it's Hare Tor. But I'm just going to quickly try and get a nice photo of, you might just be able to see down there, almost some rapid type bits on the river there. So I'm going to try and get a nice bit abstract of a photo there, and then I think we'll head that way. Well, that was a really nice moment I had just with those ponies. Really, really nice. I just stopped on a rock to see if I could get some photos with the zoom lens as they were eating, just away from where I found the rock to perch up on. And they just come over towards me, said hello, passed by. Really, really nice. You know, I always promise myself to never touch the ponies or go towards them, aggravate them, because it is a home we're enjoying, I guess you could say. Yeah, that was just a really, really nice moment. Yeah, I'm now just a bit away from, this is Hare Tor, I'm heading towards now. Mistaking it with, which one did I say? Nat Tor, I think I said, which is actually at the start of the walk that I've done, funnily enough. But yeah, I think this might just be a fleeting visit, see what the view's like. A bit windy up there, I expect. But yeah, nice moment just had. Yeah, out of breath. Nearly there. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting Hare Tor to have such great 360 views from the top. Very windy though, so I just had to get the images and take some clips as well for you to see. Really nice views looking towards Great Links Tor, Chat Tor. I can also see the Bullsworthy firing range, of which I'm currently in. They're not firing today, which of course means that not just me, but a few other walkers out here can be here today, out enjoying the nice weather. So yeah, always check the Dartmoor firing times, especially if you're coming into any of the danger areas. So you see Hare Tor behind me there as the sun disappears, making my way through boggy territory out here on Dartmoor as I make my way to our final destination for today's video, Hare Tor. So I've made it up here now to Hare Tor, our final destination for today's video and the final destination for taking some photos. Now I was hoping to find a nice wide angle photo to talk you through, but unfortunately it's just a bit too rocky. I think a lot of just scattered rocks, very chaotic scenes. But I did put back on the zoom lens just to pick out some scenes back towards the fantastic Tavy Cleave, of course, where we have had, should I say, this fantastic walk today. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. You know, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed seeing everything. The scenery, the ponies as well, that was a really cool moment, and the photos as well. You know, I think on days like this, where the weather's fantastic, some really nice conditions, of course, which I keep on mentioning, when you have the shadows and the sunshine and the clouds passing over, some really nice photography conditions. Definitely my favourite. Although I wouldn't have minded maybe some rain clouds mixed in, you know, not to everyone's preference, I'll tell you that. So yeah, I think I'll be ending today's video right now. Again, it's been a cracker. Great views, great walk, 7 miles I've done. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah. Cracking day. See you soon.